Welcome back, so happy to see you again. And I got a comment recently on how to switch from Notion to Tana in terms of workflow and stuff like that. During the recent years, I switched from different note-taking apps. I switched from Google Keep to Notion and then to Mem for quite a while, but then switched later to Obsidian and then to Apple Notes and Reflect and so forth. So it's been a lot of switches. What I can tell you in this video is my strategy to switch between note-taking apps in general in a more effortless manner. It's much easier than you think, actually. And I will finish off, answer the comment on how I would switch my current Notion setup to Tana at the moment. The obvious answer is to export notes and import notes in the other app, but I had some issues with it. For example, when I was using Mem, I did a lot of notes there. I created over 4,000. But when I tried to export these notes and upload them into Notion, which was my plan at the time, it didn't work. It took too long time, it just lagged, and finally the app just crashed and I couldn't do anything about it. So that was my experience with uploading my previous notes to the other note-taking apps. Maybe I did too many, I'm not sure. Maybe it was a bug at the time. The other strategy is the just-in-time approach, in which you open a new note-taking app and start to create notes on the fly there. But if you want to reference to a particular note you've done before, you can go back to the existing note-taking app and then copy and paste that note to the new note-taking app. Because here's the thing, 99% of all note-taking mostly comes down to the act of writing it down itself. Think of switching between different gyms. Let's say if you're moving to a different place and want to have a different place to work out. Your routine might necessarily not change at all. You will still grow muscle and you will still have your program and so forth. And that's the same with note-taking apps. So if you're not sure about how you should switch, you can first try uploading your notes into the other one. But other than that, just see which 1% that represent the 99% and import them and so forth. Of all the notes I created, I only look at like 5 to 10 and so forth. It's pretty low, I should say. That's very important if you're switching to different workflow, let's say from Notion to Mem or from Evernote to Tana, etc. You should not be overwhelmed by all these features. Try to relocate as you had before, just as you move from a different house and so forth. That you're not aiming to start a new lifestyle from scratch and so forth. You are basically doing the same thing that you already did, but in a new place. So now I'll finish off how I would use my existing Notion workflow, which you can find right here, to Tana at the moment. They're very similar. Because I use the YouTube dashboard with everything related notes and so forth, I will just copy this week's YouTube video notes and directly import them, copy and paste them to a Kanban board, to a list in Tana there. And I will not bother at all with importing the ones that I've finished, because honestly I don't look at them afterwards. Other than that, I will just continue as if nothing has happened. But here's the thing about Tana at the moment. Because they're all bullet points, each bullet point makes a new note. So if you're writing a lot, you can find that each paragraph is its own note, and it can definitely mess up your search if you're seeing the same thing over and over again. And if you're liking Tana and so forth, then it's all going for it. So I hope that you've seen by now that changing note-taking apps is not as hard. It's just like switching shoes and switching clothes and so forth. The most important thing is the note-taking practice itself, realizing whenever you need to write something and then immediately bring down the phone and type something. And let me know in the comments how you've been doing it in terms of switching from note-taking apps to note-taking app and so forth. What strategies you deployed and how you managed to transition. Maybe you just uploaded all and it all went perfectly and so forth. I hope that. I'll see you in this video right here, and always remember that you're the most amazing human being alive.